What's going on, guys? Blazeshadowthorn here, coming back at you with a post-narrated Wi-Fi battle, because I haven't done one of these in a while. So I'm gonna start stockpiling on some recordings. I figured today seemed like a good day since it's raining out and I haven't done anything today. Like, literally, I woke up and I've done nothing this entire day. Like, I could have done so much stuff today, and I should have done so much stuff today, but I just did nothing today. I literally just wasted this entire day away, so I'm like, I've got to save a little bit of it, start recording some battles. So this was against the big fuckboy himself, B2j135. I'll leave his channel link down in the description below. I sort of accidentally told him to bring whatever he wanted to bring, and he took that literally, and he brought a fucking Hoopa Unbound and a Mega Kangaskhan. And I'm just like, wow, okay, I just brought this hazard stacking Mega Lopunny team, and you bring an Uber. That's cool, and not just any Uber, fucking Mega Kangaskhan. So I was really salty at him for that, and I gave him all the hell for that. But you know, we'll just see how the battle turns out. He's gonna lead off with Talonflame, lead off with Kyle because Kyle has rocks on him, I believe, and it matches up well against his lead. If he wanted to lead that Kangaskhan, I could have stopped it, potentially put up a Toxic on it, maybe EQ'd for damage. Wasn't quite sure what I wanted to do, but it did match up well on his team. Well, he's going to go out into the Doublade right here. I'm fine with that. I guess predicting Toxic, maybe. Or maybe, like, I don't know why he would bring in a Doublade, except maybe that it's a physical wall on a physical attacker. But I'm able to get up my rocks, which is nice. And on top of that, I'm able to knock off this thing's a Violet, which is also really nice. He can't really touch me. He could set up an SD, which he actually ends up doing. Other things he could have done was he could have potentially went for an Iron Head. That would have done nothing. I'm primarily physically defensive, but I do have enough special investment to live a Life Orb Draco from a Latios. I know this from prior experience, which is nice. Able to go for an Earthquake, which does a good chunk of damage, as he actually just goes for a +2 Gyro Ball, which is going to do pretty decent damage, actually. That did a lot more than what I was hoping it would do, but then again, it is +2, probably offensive as well. He's going to go for a Shadow Sneak, and I'm not max defense. But a Shadow Sneak does absolutely nothing to me, which is absolutely fantastic for being at +2. And I'm able to knock out, get an early lead. Doublade actually did absolutely nothing for him, so I'm not really... It's not a big win for me, but still, one less Mon he has is one less Mon that we could bring in to potentially sack off to something else. And the fact that I'm still at a good range of HP is nice, because I kind of need Kyle for the Talonflame. A little bit, and the Kangaskhan as well. But he brings in this thing. I think he's just going to spin away the rocks. Or at least that's what I feel he's going to do. So I stay in at EQ. He actually just wants to set up rocks of his own. So that's fine. I'm able to nicely kill off this Excadrill, which is really nice. So my rocks are still up there for the Talonflame. He's actually going to switch. I think I predict this go for the knockoff. I really feel like I predict this and go for the knockoff if he brings in the Rotom. But we'll just see as I do. I made, my predictions were on point at the beginning, which I find, it happens a lot during battles. I get on a hot streak at the beginning of the game, I make plays, and then I just sort of choke at the end. But, Kyle was just, like, chilling for 7 turns. He's just been chilling there, doing absolutely nothing. But the Rotom finally threatens him out, because I'm not about taking a Hydro Pump, because he still could be useful. I don't actually pack Protect on him, so there's no reliable way to increase my health by 12% from Poison Heal. But I do have a relatively safe switch in with Mew. This is a specially defensive Stall Breaker Mew. So I fear nothing from this Rotom. I fear absolutely nothing. So I'm just going to go for the Will-O-Wisp as he actually reveals the Thunder Wave, which sucks because I did Speed Creep with this Mew. Synchronization fails, but it would have failed regardless because it's an electric type. You can't paralyze electric types. So that doesn't really matter. But I am at least able to get burn off on this Rotom. Rotom's going to be a little bit of an annoyance, but not really too much. Gonna pull a switch out. Gonna go out into Gale, which is my Mega Lopunny, which is Protect Last Resort. As he's actually going to Volt Switch off. I was really hoping he'd go for the double Para or the double Thunder Wave, predicting me to switch out because really Mew cannot touch Rotom Wash. I brought it in primarily hoping that he'd Volt Switch again. I wasn't entirely sure, but it didn't work out in my favor. So what I'm going to do here is I'm just going to click that Mega Evolution button and go for the Protect. I just want to gauge and see what he wants to do. If he wants to go for the Fake Out, that's fine. I Protect off that. If he wants to be ballsy, go for like a Power Up Punch or something like that. I'm not entirely sure, predicting me to bring in something else to take a Fake Out. I'm okay with that as well. I just want to gauge and see what kind of Mega Mega Kangaskhan said this is, because like I said before, Mega Kangaskhan, not really feeling it, not really feeling it. He actually decides to show me EQ, which caught me really off guard. I didn't expect him to have EQ, but I'm able to do a good chunk of damage with Last Resort, so that Kangaskhan's not going to be that big of a problem anymore. Unfortunately, he does get a crit on the last EQ. I don't think it mattered because I still think I would have went down to that, but still, you know, it's something to bitch about. You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? You feel me? You feel me? But I'm able to bring in Raikou, even though rocks are up on the field. Since he didn't get up to +2 with Power Up Punch, I know I can easily take a neutral Sucker Punch. I am able to take that. I took a lot more damage than I thought I would, to be completely honest. I took a lot more damage than I would have liked. But I go for the extra sensory on the off chance he brought in his Excadrill. That's what it was, because he saved his Excadrill for later. So that's why I went for extra sensory. But he has Hoopa, which I completely forgot about. I'm choice locked into extra sensory. I don't want to sack this thing off. So I'm going to go out into Pickles, because I know Pickles can easily eat up any hit he wants to go for, unless he's packing Hidden Power Fire, which if he is, I'm gonna be a little upset. I'm going to be a little upset, not going to lie. But he actually decides to go for a substitute, and then he pulls out Focus Punch, and I'm like, are you serious? Alright, I see you, Brian. I see you trying to be cheeky with that sub-Focus Punch, not Mega, just Hoopa Unbound. But the thing you forgot is Pickles. I trained him well. I trained him really well, and he's able to eat up a Focus Punch from a Hoopa Unbound, which is really nice. And he takes all of the recoil damage, But we find out something very interesting here. Apparently, Hyperspace Fury does not make contact, which means this Hoopa will be around a little bit longer than I would have liked it to. It should have went down there to a Rocky Helmet and Iron Barb's damage, but unfortunately it doesn't. So I'm forced to just bring in the DM Bobcats. Nice Raikou right here. Take a little bit more Stealth Rock entry than I would have liked to, but able to go for the Hidden Power Ice. That should be able to knock him out the range of HP that he is at, I thought, and it does. I thought for a moment it lived on 1 HP, so I was going to be like, fuck. But again, I really didn't want him to bring in that Raikou, that Excadrill. I was really fearing the switch into Excadrill on a Volt Switch, and then he get a free spin away from the rocks, which I did not want that to happen. So I'm actually going to switch out into Kyle, predicting a Roost, because I didn't think he'd just fire off a Brave Bird like that. But he actually does. He really does. He just says fuck it and Brave Birds, which caught me completely off guard. I did not expect that whatsoever. And it just kills Kyle, because Kyle was weak AF. It was at a low range of HP. But he starts taking recoil damage. I'm like, okay, it's Brave. It's banded. It has to be banded, because he didn't take any recoil damage from Life Orb. So I bring in Magic to do, which is my Fat Starmie, max HP. And I'm hoping, because it's max HP, I know it can't live a branded Brave Bird. I know this. But I'm hoping that the recoil damage that it deals will be enough to knock out the Talonflame. And it looks like one more should be able to do it. So I'm going to bring in the DM Bobcats. I'm like, alright, I have one other Mon left. I can't remember what it is. But I forgot about Rocks, and I'm at such a low range of HP. And I'm like, no, it's going to live. It's going to live, right? It's going to live. It's going to live. No. If Rocks wasn't up, the recoil would have been enough to knock him out. But because rocks were up, I forgot about that. That was my fault. I took the extra 12%. That extra 12% would have been able to knock out the Talonflame. Unfortunately, it doesn't. So I'm forced to bring in Mew, which was my last Mon. And yeah, this Talonflame just completely destroyed my soul. If I would have brought in Mew and then brought in Raikou, I had a chance to come back from this game, because I don't think he has many other Mons left. I don't think he has any other Mons left. I think it was a 1-0 victory in his favor, because I do end up losing the game. So let me just take a quick gander at his team. I don't think he had anything else left. He might have had the Rotom, actually. I can't remember if I killed the Rotom or not. But he had the Rotom and he had the Excadrill left, so it was a possible 2-0. So if I would have saved my Raikou, if he had the Rotom left, I would have lost for sure. But if he just had the Excadrill left, I could have made a comeback with it, because I did outspeed him. So yeah, that's the game. Rate, comment, sub. Hope you guys enjoyed. Check him out. He's a big fuckboy, as you can see, bringing an Uber to an OU game. But you know, we love him all the same. So that's gonna be it. See y'all next time. Bye.